Okay, this is the Bank Nifty September 23rd to 27th of September chart in Bank Nifty. What you can clearly see that Bank Nifty trading clearly in the sideways range. Day 1, Day 2, Day 3, Day 4 and Day 5 chart. If I ask you, look at this chart and tell me, these 5 days have been a consolidation range. From this consolidation, whether it's going to make a breakout on the upside or breakdown on the downside, it is difficult to say looking at only price action, right? But same time, when you come and plot this volume profile chart on your price action chart, and if you knew the volume profile, then you could have confidently say that next day market is going to make a breakdown from this 5 days of range. And let us see next day what happened. And you can see that next day there was a breakdown on the downside, right? That is the magic of volume profile. If you knew the volume profile, looking at the shape of the profile, you could have confidently say that next day there is going to be a breakdown on the downside. And if you watch this video till the end, at the end of the video, you will come to know how you can analyze the chart based on volume profile, and you can confidently say that whether it's going to make a breakout or it's going to make a breakdown from the consolidation range. And that is what I'm going to discuss in today's video about predicting the trend using the volume profile. And this video is going to be the part of our swing trading video series, which we started a couple of weeks back. And in my last video, many students have shown interest for volume profile video. So I'm making this video, but this is going to be the part 1 video. So what all we are going to discuss in today's video. In this part 1 video, first we are going to discuss what is volume profile. So I'll be discussing volume profile in a very simple way so that people who don't know anything about the volume profile, after watching this video, they will be very confident to plot volume profile and they can analyze the chart and they can predict the trend. Next is we are going to discuss about why volume profile indicator. Then I'll be discussing about 4 types or 4 shapes of volume profile. Then I'll be discussing about volume profile shapes and hidden secret. That means all these 4 types of volume profile have a different secret inside, and that you will come to know after watching this video. And finally, I will conduct a quiz to understand how much you understood about the volume profile. So I'll show you some chart and you have to tell me which shape and what you can predict looking at the chart. Now, for people who don't know anything about volume profile, they first time hearing about volume profile, for their understanding, this is the conventional volume bars. So what you can see on the chart regularly that this is the price action, this is the candlestick, and you see that on the time scale, you will see the bars, right? This kind of bars. Some bars are big, some bars are smaller. So what it shows that it shows on the time scale. That means this bar, for example, it will tell you that how many volumes are traded. So this candle, how many volumes traded. But when you plot the volume profile, same volume which you are seeing here, same volume which will be plotted on the price scale. Here it will be on a time scale. In volume profile, it will be price scale. When you look at this conventional volume bar, what you will come to know that you will come to know that late afternoon around 2:45, 3 o'clock till 3:30, there was a huge volumes from big players. That is what you will come to know looking at the conventional volume bar. But when you go for volume profile, see, you have to see the volumes, highest volumes at what price. So it will not tell you the time, but it will tell you the volume, highest volume at this range. Okay, in this entire day, highest volume traded in this range mean at this price. So you have to go to price scale and see what is that price. And that is the beauty of volume profile and how it is different than conventional volume bars. So now I'll show you a little bit more detail about the volume profile indicator, what actually it shows. Just assume that this is the daily time frame candlestick. Okay, this is a bullish candle and this is a bearish candle. So what you can see on the chart is that assume that this candle opened at say 200 rupees, opened at 200 rupees, it made a low of 198 and it made a high of say 210 and it closed at 208. Suppose a stock opened at 200, made a low of 198, it made a high of 210 and at the end it closed at 208. So when you plot the volume profile on the chart, it will show you that highest volume took place around maybe around 206 to 208. Okay, so this range will tell you that very important support or resistance for coming days. That means big players were very active around this range. That is what the volume profile indicator all about. And for example, if this is the another bearish candle and you go to the price scale, and this will tell you that this is the price highest trading took place. That means that is the most important level on your chart. And POC is point of control. This is known as volume node, high volume node, and this is called low volume node. Okay, this also important, but the most important is the high volume node. So you have to look at the chart. When you see the volume profile, you have to see where is the highest volume node and where is the lowest volume node, and what is the second highest volume node and which are the second highest. And this is the point of control. Point of control will tell you that exact price where highest buying or selling took place. The high volume node is a area where 70% of trading took place. So 70% of trading took place in this price range. Okay, even though you can see that this is a bullish candle, but in that bullish candle you can go deep into it and you can see that which price highest volume took place. Low volume node area where low trading activity took place, where you see that very negligible volume. So that means there is very low trading activity took place. And now we'll see next one, why volume profile. When you already know the price action, why volume profile? Volume profile is the part of smart money concept. That means volume profile can help traders to pinpoint areas where there is a high constant trading activity, which more likely area where big players silently accumulated or distributed. Okay, let me now give you the chart example of this. This is the chart example, and look at this chart, and what you can see here is that on this chart, this is the area where highest volume took place. When you plot the volume profile, it will tell you the price where highest volume took place. Assume that this is the day one. Okay, market was sideways. It opened here, went, made a high, then made a low, and finally closed here. Right. But when you plot the volume profile, it will tell you that this is the range where big players either accumulated or distributed. That means this is the price range is important. This is the day one. Now next day what happened? Next day market opened below that range, below that volume profile range. So when price opens below that, then what it becomes? This becomes your resistance, right? If price opens above it, then it becomes support. If price opens below it, then it becomes resistance. So that means you know that next day when price comes to this range, highest volume node range, it is likely to face the strong resistance. And that is what exactly you can see that price came, made a small fake breakout, and then started going down. So by knowing what big players are doing, where they're accumulating or distributing, retail traders can identify price level which has the highest volumes, and they can use this information to get deeper understanding of potential areas of support and resistance. All these days you knew about the day high, day low, previous day high, previous day low, CPR, and all this. By plotting the volume profile on your chart, you have one more important information about the big players, where they are accumulating, where they are distributing. Okay, these are the types of volume profile. So what is the P-shaped volume profile? P-shaped volume profile is something which looks like a P in English. Okay, that is why it is called a P volume profile. Now look at the first one. What it shows that? It shows that highest volume accumulated at the top, right? So you can clearly see that it looks like a V shape. So that is why it is called a P-shaped volume profile. Now next one we will look at the B shaped. What is the B shaped? This is the right opposite of P shaped. Here you can see that like a small English B letter, most of the volume on the downside, right? So this is called a B-shaped volume profile. Next one is D-shaped volume profile. What is the D-shaped volume profile? D-shaped volume profile is like a English capital D. That means maximum of the volume takes place in the center. Now there is one more called I-shaped volume profile. You should know that this is D shape is the more frequently happens. I shape is the more less frequently happens. Why? Because I-shaped volume profile happens when there is a huge trend on the one side. Either it can be upside or downside. And you know that 60 to 70% of the time market stays sideways. Only around 30% of the time market goes in the range. So that is why D-shaped you will see very frequently on your chart. I-shaped very less. So I-shaped means here you can see that in P-shaped on the top, V-shaped on the bottom, D-shaped you'll see volume in the center, I-shaped, you will see uniformal. That means you don't see much of difference in the volume. Okay, though you can see that highest is here, highest is here, but compared to D-shaped, you can see that how is the curve here. You can see that big curve on the down. Like that, you will not see I-shaped. I-shaped looks like a English I. Okay, so these are the four shapes of volume profile. Just by looking at the chart and whether it's a V-shaped, whether it's a B-shaped, whether it's a D-shaped, and whether it's a I-shape, you are going to get many information. And it can also help you in your trading to know the direction for the next step. Also, volume profile can be used as a support and resistance also. And that is what I'm going to discuss in the coming slide. Now, let us first discuss about the P-shaped volume profile and the hidden secret. You can see that P-shaped mean there are highest volume at the top. Okay. P-shaped volume profile chart pattern forms when market experiences a sharp uptrend, indicates buyers are in full control. When you look at the P-shaped volume profile, you should know that it's a bullish signal. Okay. It's a bullish signal. That means buyers are in full control. And same time, if this P-shaped happens on the downtrend, that means it could potentially indicating a reversal or end of a downtrend. So that means assume that there is a downtrend on the chart. Okay, last 5-6 days or 7-8 days, price is going down, and one fine day it makes a P-shaped volume profile like tops. That means highest volume on the top side. So that is the indication that market likely to make a V reverse. Okay, and also P-shaped volume profile happens after few days of consolidation, then chances of big uptrend or big gap up next day. That means you see that market is trading sideways. Market is trading sideways for many days. And one day you will see that there's a P-shaped volume profile. That means chances of market next day gap up, next day big trending day is high probability. Okay, now I said P-shaped volume profile mean bullish trend continuation. Can you see on the chart? This is a P-shaped volume profile, right? This is also P-shaped because highest volume at the top. This is also P-shaped because highest volume at the top. And this is also P-shaped because highest volume at the top. As long as you are seeing P-shaped volume, that means chances of that trend going to continue. Okay, chances. It's not 100%. Just like any other method in trading, volume profile also not a 100% foolproof method. It is also probability. So that's why stop loss is important. But volume profile can give you indication about what big players are doing. Okay, whether they are bullish or bearish, all this you'll come to know with the help of volume profile. Also, I said P-shaped volume profile on downtrend is a signal of bullish trend reversal. So you can see that this is the P-shaped, right? Because highest volume at the down. Here also you can see that highest volume at the down. After back-to-back B-shape, third day what happened? It happened a P-shaped, right? After back-to-back B-shape profile, next day it's a P-shape profile. P-shape profile means what? It is bullish, right? So that means now big players are aggressively accumulating. That means chances of trend reversal happens. And next day you can see that there is a trend reversal from bearish, it became bullish. Now, next one, how to trade the P-shaped profile. Now, already I discussed about the P-shaped profile mean it is bullish trend. It's a bullish trend. That means it can tell you about the trend reversal or gap up, everything. Now, how to trade it? Because volume profile can also be used as a support and resistance. And that is what we are going to see it now, how to trade P-shaped profiles. Okay. So when you see a uptrend and it is making a P-shaped profile, for example, you can see that this day it was making a D-shaped profile, but next day it started making a P-shaped profile. Once it started making P-shaped profile, I told you that it's a bullish trend, right? So what you can do is when you see a P-shaped profile, look at the high volume node. Already I discussed about the high volume node, right? This is the area where there is a high volume node. So next coming days, if price retraces back to that high volume node, then chances of price reversal higher. Okay. So that means next time when you see that it made a P-shaped profile, then mark that level because that can be one of the strong support. And exactly you can see that on this day price took the support and from there it started going up. Now on this day you can see that again it made a P-shaped profile, You can see that this is also P-shaped profile, but there is a small another node also there, right? What I said, you should give importance to both the nodes, first highest and second highest. Okay. So next day, what you can do is mark both the volume nodes and see where it is taking support. And you can see that next day also price took the support near that low volume node, and again it started going up. Now we'll look at the B-shaped volume profile. And B-shaped volume profile mean it indicates that sellers are in the full control, right? These patterns are seen as a bearish signal, as often represent big players are building their short position. When on your chart you see that after some consolidation or after a big uptrend, it is making a this kind of volume profile. That means big players are building their short position. So chances of reversal from an uptrend is very high. So that means next time you see that market is going a strong uptrend for many days, right? It is making a P-shaped profile, and on fine day, it is making a B-shaped volume profile. So that means chances of market is going down. Chances of reversal higher because big players are now building a short position. Okay. So, and same time, if B-shaped profile appears during a sideways market, or potentially from the breakdown from the sideways range. So that means again, you see that market is trading in the sideways range, right? It is making a D-shaped volume profile, and one fine day it makes a B-shaped volume profile. So that means there is a chances of market is going down higher. So one thing B-shaped volume profile mean it's a bearish trend continuation. So you can see that here on this chart, there is a B-shaped volume profile because highest volume profile. That means it's a bearish sign. Here also you can see that highest volume on the downside. Here also you can see that highest volume on the downside. So that means chance of trend continuation is higher when you see a B volume profile on your chart. And what about the sideways market? You can see that here it is a till here it is a sideways market, right? You can see that this is a kind of D-shaped volume profile. Here also you can see that D-shaped volume profile. Here also you can see that D-shaped volume profile. Here also you can see that D-shaped volume profile. But here you can see that it's a B-shaped volume profile. Why it's a B-shaped volume profile? Because maximum volume on the downside. So what you can come to know with this chart, you can come to know that chances of next day market is going down is higher, right? Breaking this range is higher, right? So that is what you can expect, a gap down day or market going lower. Now we will discuss about the D-shaped volume profile. D-shaped volume profile looks something like this. That means in the middle, there will be highest volume. On the top and bottom, there will be lower volume. And in the middle, there will be highest volume. And what it tells you that it tells you that temporary balance between the buyers and seller, neither buyers or seller has the advantage. Eventually, market will break. So break of D-shaped profile can be considered as a breakout or breakdown. And sometimes you can see a B-shaped volume profile also. B-shaped volume profile means you will see the highest volume here, then you will see highest volume here. Okay. So whenever you see B-shaped profile, you can consider similar to D-shaped profile. That means consolidation taking place, buyers and sellers are in control. Okay. I said break of D-shaped profile indication of breakout or breakdown, right? Let us see what's happening on this chart. This is the P profile, highest volume at the top. P profile. Here also you can see that it's a P profile D, right? Then there is a D-shaped volume profile. So D-shaped volume profile means you can go and mark a level on that level, and most of the time, if that D-shaped profile gets broken, then chance of breakdown. If it breaks on the upside, chance of breakout is higher. And what is the logic I said? Logic mean on this day, big players are silently taking the short position to take the market down. That is why it was making a D-shaped volume profile. And finally, we are coming to I or thin shaped volume profile and its hidden secret. And you will see very rarely, you will not see very regularly, because it will happen only when there is a huge trend in the market. Either it is trading upside or downside without any consolidation. Then you will see this I shaped. Why it is called I? That means volume will not be anywhere. You will see uniformal volume nodes, but you will see some volume clusters are created in this kind of profile, and those small cluster becomes important levels for the coming session. For example, look at this chart. This is the day where it made a I shape of volume profile, right? But still you can see that there is a small cluster here. There is a small cluster here. There is a small cluster here. On the I shape profile day, look for this kind of small clusters, and that is where most of the time price can take support in the coming session. So one, you can see that this day it took the support. This day also it took the support, and this day you can see that it took the support small cluster and made a big. Okay. Now I'm going to conduct a quiz to know how much you have understood about this volume profile concept. Now, this is the D volume profile. This is the D volume profile, right? What is this volume profile? Now, take couple of seconds guess which volume profile is, which shape of volume profile is this? And if you said this is a B volume profile, that means your answer is right. Okay. This is a B volume profile. So B volume profile means what? It's a bullish or bearish sign. It's a bearish sign. So that means big players are silently building a short position. So what is your prediction for the next day? I'll show you this what happened next day. But before that, you take a guess. What would have happened? What is the answer? Answer is next day either breakdown from that range or a gap down. Here in the quiz 2, you can see that what is the profile here? P profile. What is the profile here? P profile. Now what is the profile here? Now it's a B profile. So that means what? That means next day what could happen? Next day it is likely to be a bearish day, right? Next day market likely to go down because it made a B profile after making a continuously P profile on previous 2 days. Now let us see the quiz 3. Now what is the profile here? D shape profile. D shape profile, right? Now what is the profile here? You can see that it's a P shape profile because highest volume at the top. So P shape profile means what? It's a bullish, right? So next day, what is your guess? What could have happened next day? And this is what happened next day. There was a gap up and market started going upside. All right. Now we'll come to the last quiz. Okay, this is the last quiz. This is a little bit tricky. So here day one, what is the profile? D profile. So what you think next day? What could have happened? What I said, when the range breaks on D profile day, market likely to go down, right? This is the D profile, and once it has broken, it started going down. Now third day what happened? Third day you can see that it made a B shape. B shape means what? Market again likely to go down, right? It's not a bullish sign, it's a bearish sign. And let us see what happened next day. Next day again, market opened gap down and started going down. So this is the part one video. This is video is only about the theory and concept and not discuss much about volume profile. Maybe in part two videos, more about strategies for volume profile. So let me know in the comment section if you are interested me to make the part two of the volume profile. And you have seen that how simple and how powerful is the volume profile in trading. So that's it guys from my side, and I'll see you soon with a new video. Until then, bye and take care.